What up, guys? We're back with another YouTube video, another day of training. We got anterior today, a very long couple of days, just long shifts, a lot of client work, a lot of onboarding new clients, so we've been swamped with workload. It's a blessing, of course, but it does drain you to a degree. And today was a busy day. It's 8:50 p.m. Yes, I'm drinking caffeine at 8:50 p.m. because that's how I do it, bro. So my whole thing with caffeine is I'd love to take it, at 2 p.m., right, and lift then. But that's just not how life is. There's not going to be always a perfect time for you to go to hit the gym, for you to have your caffeine. And of course, I could take a non-stim tonight, but I just woke up from an hour and a half nap because I was just dead. I've been getting like 5 hours of sleep, 4.5, 5 hours of sleep the last few days. Just swamped with work, like I said. So a much needed nap and much needed caffeine for this gym session. And then tomorrow, busy day of work, a lot of client check-ins, but we don't have to wake up until 9:30 or so, and then go to church and then do all that stuff. But the point is, I'll be able to have some caffeine right now at 9 p.m. because I probably won't fall asleep until like 1:30 a.m. Right? Got to do some work after the gym, but then I'm still getting 7-8 hours of sleep tonight. So I don't really have, when I drink caffeine at night, my lifts are always pretty intense and hard. So I'm exhausted when I'm done with the gym. And I feel like caffeine doesn't really affect me a whole lot in terms of, keeping me up, but it might affect, my sleep quality. Like, I'm able to go to sleep off caffeine. It might take me slightly longer, but it's nothing that I'm like, shit, I shouldn't have drank caffeine. But my sleep quality might not be the best, and then I might wake up a little more groggy or tired. But, that's just the price you got to pay for fitting in what you want to do in the day, especially when it's busy and you got to hit the gym. So it is what it is. But we got anterior today, on the way to the gym right now. Caffeine, pre-workout, dextrose in here. And yeah, my legs are cooked still. My posterior day, my hamstrings are absolutely fried from that. My quads are still slightly sore from last anterior day a few days ago. So I don't know how much legs we're going to do, but we're definitely going to do quad extension if we can, if it's feeling better on our knee. And then, of course, hip adductor. But yeah, probably no leg press again tonight, which I'm not worried about. I'm on more of a time crunch too, or not necessarily a time crunch, but I want to get in the gym and get out. So we're going to do leg extension and hip adductor for anterior legs, and then upper, right, for anterior we got chest, triceps, shoulders, specifically front and side delt, and then abs, and boom, we're done. So hopefully I get in and get out in around an hour 15. I'm already at 10,000 steps today because it was a busy day, so no need to worry about getting some steps in after the gym, which is nice. But yeah, so far so good with the split. This is month 2, week 5. We're on week 5 right now of the split. I definitely have noticed some gains, some muscular hypertrophy gains within my lats especially, and I've had people tell me my arms look slightly bigger too, which is great. And if you know me in person or in real life, I work at a gym, and we have like a in-body, a whole body scan thing. Who knows how really accurate it is, but it's a good baseline and a good, thing we can use to, track progress month to month. So I did that last in June, which was June or May, like just before I started this new program, new diet plan, all that stuff. So it'll be interesting to see if I did increase muscle on my arms or legs or whatever. Yeah, so I am missing deadlifting. I am missing benching. One of the biggest reasons I love and fell in love with the gym was just the mental, the mental battle, the mental strength, the mental fortitude, the adrenaline you had to have and give yourself in order to attempt like a PR or something. And then the feeling after you hit it, or the feeling of disappointment and, just disappointment after if you failed it, but then the excitement, that whole thing of hitting it, and then of course the whole nervousness aspect of going into the lift too. So does that make sense? That's why I fell in love with lifting. That's one of the main reasons I fell in love with lifting, is just the hype or adrenaline rush before, during, and after a PR or a heavy lift. So I'm slowly starting to feel that about 5 weeks in of not squat, bench, or deadlifting at all. This program definitely has its pros to it, especially from a muscle hypertrophy standpoint. But I am missing the deadlift and bench a lot right now. And I low-key have been having terrible body dysmorphia. Like, that's why I also fell in love with powerlifting, because you guys see me and I look big to a lot of you, right? Or I've been blessed by God for the genetics I have, right? My parents have crazy genetics too. I have both my arms, I have both my legs. So there's so many blessings to be thankful for. But if you're in the gym, you know what I'm talking about. Everyone has a degree of body dysmorphia. And I feel like as you lift, it just gets greater. Like, I remember going to the gym, dude, when I first started lifting, or like a year into lifting, I would pull up in shorts and a cutoff every single time. Now I wear baggy pants every single time. I never show my legs, and you'll catch me, and it's rare if you catch me wearing a tank top or a Dago tee or a cutoff in the gym. Like, this is like the least baggiest shirt I'm wearing to the gym ever right now. But I'm usually in a huge baggy shirt or sweatshirt, and usually keep that on the whole workout. And then when I pose, I'll take it off, obviously, or during the gym, I'll take it off maybe for a set or two, especially if I'm trying to film it. But other than that, that shit goes right back on. And yeah, so body dysmorphia has just been at an all-time high right now. And that's why I also fell in love with powerlifting, or just lifting heavy in general, because I always thought I was more gifted with strength and I was more confident with my strength rather than my physique and bodybuilding. But that's why I'm also trying to do the splits. I'm trying to bring up my weak points and see what happens. But I don't think I look the best, especially in my front side. So I just don't have the best chest genetics. I have a wide waist, all that stuff. But enough rambling. We're almost to the gym. We got to finish our pre and lock in, and then our 15-minute lift. I'll film a set or two of every exercise, and then I'll do a voiceover again too. So let me know if you guys have any questions about my split, about my training style, my training philosophy, strength gains versus hypertrophy gains, what to do for each in terms of exercises, volume, intensity, anything like that. Feel free to ask it in the comments. I can make a YouTube whiteboard video on it too, maybe. But just anything you guys have questions on, or that you see throughout the video about exercises and how I'm setting them up, whatever, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And like always, guys, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Saturday night, 9:30 p.m. 2 other people in the gym, man. This is what we do, guys. This is the last thing I want to be doing right now. But no one cares about how you feel. No one cares about your emotion, about what you don't want to do. You know what you need to do, so you better get your ass to the gym and put in the work, because someone else is. Someone else is working harder than you right now. Someone else is in a better position than you right now because of the little steps and actions that you don't want to take. Put in the work, and let's make it a good workout. All right, guys, we're back with another voiceover. So we changed what we do with leg extension right now, so I'm just going to do a static or isometric hold, not doing a full rep at all, because I've been dealing with some pain in my inner knee during the eccentric or descent portion of the leg extension. So instead we're doing a 30 to 45 second just isometric hold. So we are still training the quads to a degree, but we're just not able to do a rep. And I think mainly that is causing this is that you have something called your medial plica, which is a part of your synovial membrane in your joint capsule, specifically my knee. And this plica, it's a fold of the synovial membrane, and it can become inflamed or irritated. And then when that happens, it can be, mild discomfort, sharp aching pain, weakness, and I think that's what I'm dealing with. So we're going to have to do more research on that, but that's why I'm not doing, full sets. But we did do 2 sets of 30 seconds with that leg extension hold. And then we move into a neutral grip incline press for shoulder flexion. This is to train our front delt to a degree, and also mainly our upper chest, or the clavicular aspect of our upper chest. We just did 2 sets of 6 reps. I believe I did get 6 on this, but everything taken till failure. Obviously, that's how the training split's going. That's how we're programming everything. And then we move straight into a hip adductor machine. So just bringing the legs together, working the adductors in your leg, your inner leg. We did 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps with this. Now with this, I really like to focus on the eccentric because I've had adductor tendonitis in the past, and you still get some sort of stimulus and load, obviously, with the eccentric. With the eccentric portion. So I really try to control the rep, and then of course squeeze at the top. But 2 sets, 8 to 10 reps for this seated machine hip adduction. And yeah, look at that. Now we're moving into seated chest fly. I really do prefer a pec deck, but you'll notice that we do run into some problems in terms of just weight, because the weight was fairly light. So we tried to put a 45 on, and you'll notice that right here it gets caught, and it's just impossible to load weight on this thing because it gets caught like that, and the full stack is just not heavy enough for meaningful reps and stimulus. So we had to switch over to the seated cable fly. Like, I don't really like this machine because the setup in terms of my arm for horizontal adduction is not where I would like it to be. But at this gym, that's the best thing we have. So we just made do with it. We did 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps with the seated chest fly. So I'm trying to lower my chest volume slightly just because my frequency is higher. But also I've noticed great improvements for muscle hypertrophy within my lats from doing lower sets. So that's what we're going to try to do for chest as well. And then same thing for triceps. We're only doing 1 extension exercise, and we just picked a single arm tricep extension, cable tricep extension. I usually would wear a cuff, but I got my tattoo done and I need it to heal, so I can't really wear a cuff because it'll rub on my forearm. But we did 2 total sets, or 1 total set of this on each arm. Actually, I think I did 2. I think I did do 2 total sets for each arm, just because I'm not able to take it, as intensely as I would want to without the cuff, and my grip is, a limiting factor. So we did do 2 sets of that, but then we moved straight into a single arm side delt raise, and I absolutely love this machine. You can load it good, and the movement pattern is beautiful, and I really do feel it in my side delt. So I prefer a movement or an exercise machine like this over dumbbell shoulder raises, over cable shoulder raises, anything like that. And then, if you guys know, my shoulders are not a lacking point at all, so that's why we saved the side delt raise for the end. But yeah, just 1 set, or I did do 2 sets as well of the shoulder abduction, or just a side delt raise if you want to, not get too fancy and scientific, but just a side delt raise, 2 sets. And then we had some posing. So we didn't do abs today. I'm going to stop programming abs for the time being, just because I do think they're getting blockier than I would like. Like, I've already had pretty visible abs, no matter if I'm bulked or cut. But training abs lately, I'm noticing, that my abs are getting bigger, right? And that was the goal, but I think they're getting more blockier than I would like. So if anything, we'll train abs every other anterior day. But for now, at least for this workout, we did not include abs. Lift complete, man. Just an hour workout or so, but nothing I'd rather be doing on a Saturday night, dude, than finishing up a lift, especially some chest, So we didn't obviously only do chest, but we did hit anterior with some chest movements. I'm trying to drop my chest volume to 4 sets per session. I was doing like 5 to 6. I'm gonna try to drop it to 4, see if that helps, because I've noticed a lot of improvement on my lats and back doing less volume, but still, 2-3 times a week. So hopefully bench or chest can kind of have the same thing going for it. But Saturday night, I hope you guys are doing great. Hopefully you guys, hit the gym today, did something productive today, and just took one little baby step to making your life better for the future. And it's just about doing things every single day that will set you up for a greater future. Your future self, guys, is based on the decisions and actions that you make today. So it's very important that, you know, you take that little step, you take that baby step in some aspect of your life to set yourself up for a more successful, more positive, greater future, right? And it's not about climbing the mountain in one day. It's about getting a foot up the mountain today, another foot up the mountain tomorrow, and just following that process, guys. So each and every day, try to be a little bit better. Life is a struggle, but life is what you make of it. And just be blessed for the opportunity to be alive. Be blessed for, you know, the things that you have in life, the little things, from a car, a job, food on the table, roof over your head, access to free water, you know, stuff like that, man. So there's a lot of people that would die to be in your position right now. And I'm sure the position you are in right now too is something you prayed for in your past, right? Every single prayer, every single decision, action you've made in the past led you to this moment right here, for the good or for the bad, you know. So start building the future you want by taking the steps needed today, tomorrow, and every single day moving forward, guys. So that's all for the video today. Quick anterior lift. About to go home. Actually, I got to do some work real quick at my old apartment, and then go home, eat dinner, shower, do some client work, read my Bible, out, go to bed, and then a nice, busy, productive day tomorrow. So I'm gonna let you guys go because I don't want to do too much more rambling, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It's beautiful outside, it's peaceful. Yeah, it's just beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Life is beautiful. So God bless you all. I'll see you guys in the next video. And like always, leave a like and comment if you haven't yet, guys. Much appreciated.